Hello, everybody. Welcome. Great to see you all. Hope you're doing fantastic. As always, as expected, we are yellow coin before even out of the gate. And I have a feeling, because it's a nice topic, the number's going to be played with. Either it's going to go way up or way down. But nonetheless, folks, we got a lot of great people in here. But if you can help us out by hitting the like button, tweeting it out, and all that good stuff, we really do appreciate it. And we'll see you in a few minutes. and welcome. Good to see you all. Good to see you all. Hope you're doing fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Looking forward to chatting with you guys. And right off the bat, folks, it's not going to be a long show tonight. And yes, folks, we're already limited monetization. We expected that already. No surprise there, but we're going to ask you guys, you can hit the like button. You can tweet it. You can tell friends. You notice a lot coming in. You notice the bot cam is showing us going down all the time. Go figure. Welcome to YouTube. That's right. But we're going to get through it nonetheless. It's great to have you all in here. And looking forward to sharing some thoughts. I've dabbled in this, and I was going to be quiet onto it, and then somebody sent me a link that I seen something that went on last night, and I think it's time to address this once and for all. It's great to have you in here. Hope you're doing well. If you can hit the like button, tweet it out. No sound. I got sound coming through here. I'm showing sound live. Can you guys hear sound? If you hear sound, please type in yes, please. If you can hear sound, type in yeah. I have a feeling. Usually I do that, and usually I'm guilty of it. Tonight, though, I do see it's going through. But I'm just going to double check. So if you have sound, just let me know. Great to have you in here. A whole bunch of people came in and said hi, and it went all the way down from 60 down to 49.
And we have sound because, okay. It's all good. The sound is here, and that is great. Hello, everybody. Well, hit that like button and share it out. This is time we're going to talk a little bit of that truth storytelling like we sometimes do here. Mostly Andrew, but you know what? He's here for the team and talks for both of us. So share it out and DM to somebody you might think might be, benefiting from it.
And thank you so much, folks. Do appreciate it for letting me know. West Haven, always and forever. Here you go.
Super sick, super chat. West Haven, always and forever. Hey, thank you so much for that. Super sticker, super chat. Thank you. Do appreciate that. Thank you so much, Alina. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and I do appreciate it. And I'm going to be pretty open and honest about it. And the ones on the top about it know I'm going to be, and they have their little organ grinder that they're probably getting to keep the numbers down. You can tell because it goes down, like 7 jumps up, 5 goes right back, and that they do not want you to hear it, but you're going to hear it anyways. And if you buffer, we're not gone anywhere until you see that end of the music come up. So just hit F5 on your keyboard, Command R if you're on Mac, and the old thumb if you're on your phone. Rojo.
Rojo Droner, thank you so much. Keep it up. Super chat. Thank you so much, Rojo Droner. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do appreciate the both of you. And yes, Elena, I know you're sorry. I know, of course, you're always sorry. You never meant to do that to me whatsoever. You guys are absolutely fantastic. Great to have you all in here. Thanks so much for being here. How was the soup and freshly made breads?
That was amazing. I still haven't gotten into the yummy part of it. I just literally finished it. Literally.
Yep. After we're done, I'm going to dig into Xenia's buns. There you go.
Yeah. But you can check it out on our Instagram stories. Super chat. Expedition Rank. Thank you so much. Click that like button and share it out. Thank you so much for that. Super chat. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do appreciate it. True story. Just to start off with oh my God Almighty. There you go.
Super chat. West Haven, always and forever. Click that like button. Share it out. Thank you so much. Do appreciate that. Thank you so much for all the support and thank you for the tips. Thank you so much.
Do appreciate it. Thank you so much, everybody. You're very kind, very generous. Thank you so much. I grew up in a small town. I'm not going to use the guy's real name, but a friend of mine, where they write like local stories, where everything is news. And he was home from college, and they were doing the roundup, and the newspaper literally said, when I'll call him Johnny, when Johnny's mom was asked how he enjoyed his time at home, his mother quoted back, his best part of being there was snacking on Nanny's buns.
Well, that's what we're going to do afterwards.
When you grow up and you have everybody, I'm not snacking on Nanny's buns. Thank you very much.
Oh, my buns. And by the way, a huge shout out to Old School Chef, whose recipe I was using. And you can see all the process and the result in our Instagram stories.
Thank you so much for it. It does look fantastic and can't wait to try it. Folks, if you can hit the like button, tweet out, tell friends. We're not going to be on for long. Yes, they're going to probably be playing with their numbers like crazy. They got their little, the organ grinders going, telling them what to do. I can just see it going right now. But nonetheless, we're going to say it just the same. Today, bots were so bored that I got botted driving over the Champlain Bridge in Montreal. That's bored. That's a whole new level of something to troll, is somebody driving over a bridge. I kid you not. Yeah, that's one thing about YouTube. It keeps you on your feet.
Oh, well, and we do have to report it, and that just means that YouTube human beings that are now a little bit of more sparse amounts are now busy with something that they shouldn't be busy with.
I wonder how many human beings are in here right now. Oh, I think there's a lot of human beings in here right now. If you're a human being, type the number 8 one time. If you're a human being, type the number 8 one time. If you're a human being, the number 8 one time. Let's do a census poll. Let's see if we have humans in here. Welcome back, Dustin Johnson. I'm going to say hi to everybody in just a second. It's great to have you in here. Pixel P, got our troll hammer ready. I love it. Oh, you would have been busy today. I was crossing a bridge. Literally, we had 380 some in the chat. You get where I'm coming from. No, man, I'm broken. How are you? Great to see you, Charlie B. We're doing great. Came to say hi, but I'm still tired now. No worries. And we're not going to be on for too long tonight, so don't worry about that either. Just a short one. There we go. I know No Man Unbroken Live is in when I say 8 and I see 69 pop up. There you go. These are real human beings. Well, it's an honor, a pleasure to have you real human beings in here. Thank you so much for coming. Great to see you. Great to see you. There we go. Nice. I like humans. Humans make chats fun.
I just want to thank you so much for a reminder for Vice Yogi Bisha, who joined us our membership plus level, Rant Plus. So thank you so much for upgrade. Thank you so much, Vice Yogi Bish. Thank you so much.
Oh my God, Dorito and the Lunch Carb is in the house. Holy God, it's been a while. How are you? Good to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. That's it. I got to say hi to everybody here. There's just too many great channels. There you go, Bougie Boy. He's got the Pusa bot emojis going. That's right. For all those ones not real in here. And folks, yes, if you haven't considered our memberships, you can check them out on our homepage, and there's the link right there if you want to get in on all that stuff. But right now, I want to say hello to everybody in here. And of course, I always start off, folks, say hi to our members, and I'll catch you all. It's great to have you all in here. This is your time. You can hit the like button. If you can tweet it out, if you can tell friends all the good stuff, it is greatly appreciated. They can't hold back the numbers forever, folks. Push them through the floodgates. Help us out on that. I want to say a big welcome to our first member in here. We got Witch Girl UK in the house. Our next member is Wayne on the Road is here. And our next member is The Bop. There's the man all the way from Sweden. Man, it's late for you. Great to see you. Next member is the Traveling Pisces in the house. And our next member is Rojo Droner. Thank you once again for that super chat. I want to say hello to our next member in the house. RC Stinger is here. And our next member, there he is, Randy's Paranormal Investigations, RPI in the house. And the next member up is Premier Hell, how you doing? And the next member up after that, Pixel Pia, teaching and learning, folks. And our next member is Old School Chef in the house. And our next member is Old Guy on a Bike. And the next member after that is Lisa's Critters. And our next member is Jenny O'Brien. And our next member is Get Her Done, Granny. And the next member is Forever Freaky Funko. And the next member is Mr. Boom, Farmall Fanatic is in those. And the next member is Exploration Laura Lynn. And the next member is Expedition Greg. And the next member is Computer Chick Productions. And the next member is Charmy B. And the next member is Bougie Boy 2001. And the last one on the list right now is Bacchus. Great to see you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the support. And then I want to say hello to all you good folks in here. We got West Haven, always and forever. Thank you for the super chats. We got Tony Damien in the house. The Sweetest Love in the house. The Canadian Bubba's in the house. We have the Rights Way. The Huntsman's in the house. Stingray Steve. Salvatore Vinciguerra is in the house. There's another fellow Canadian Rock Truck Rob in the house. We got Rant with Rogers in the house. We got Robbie Jenkins in the house. We have Purgatory Paranormal of NY in the house. That's right. We have Peek into Super Channel. Well, there you go. We have Paul Peck Drywall Tube in the house. We got Nomad Unbroken Live in the house. Mine on Traditional Life in the house. We have Maryland Art Design in the house. Mana FPV. And thank you so much for all the kind words, bud. But you bring just as much to everybody as we do to you, bud. Never forget that. Don't sell yourself short. Lash 51 is in the house. There's another fellow, Montreal, or just off the island. We got Coffin Crew in the house. That's right. We got Jules 777. We got Jackson RC Aviation in the house. Homesteading with the Herberts. We got Game and Rubik's Liam. We have Exploring Stranger Things UK. We have Dustin Johnson, Drone Evolution NYC. We have Drew Douglas in the house. Dorito and the Lunch Carb, a big special because we haven't seen you in ages. We have Don Bella Lagarda, just give me a second. Diana Brianna Fairchild. Shane Family Vlogs and more. We have Dante Extreme 10. We have Chris 10 Tiff Gaming and Vlogging. CHM. We have Carp Dam RV Style. Barrow Boy Woods. A Little Fish in the Kitchen. 40 Entrepreneur Life. It's great to see you all in here. Hope you're doing fantastic. And we're going to get to our talk, folks, in just a second. Once again, please hit the like button, tweet out, tell friends, all that good stuff. $5 from the Huntsman. Thank you so very much for that. Do appreciate it. You are awesome, my friend, past customers. And a big shout out to Vishy. Oh, they've got the sticker.
I see Yoki Beach TV, also our Plus fan right now, #1 fan today, and upgraded to the Wrenched Out Plus member. Super sticker, super chat, super sticker, super chat, super sticker, super chat. I see Yoki Beach TV, known as forever. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. That is so kind of you. We do appreciate it. We do appreciate it. Thank you once again for becoming a member of Wrenched Out Plus. You are absolutely awesome. I just realized, folks, I've had it off of us the whole time. Sorry about that. Well, there was a big plug for your Vishy and Yogi Bish TV.
Yes.
That's okay. I don't mind doing that. I don't mind doing that at all. Alrighty, folks. Great to have you in here. Please hit the like button, tweet it, tell friends, because we're about to get into it, folks. Like I say, I do not want to take too much of your time. We're giving it a few minutes at the beginning. We are yellow coined. What else is new? That's right. There you go. If you don't believe us, well, there you go. Yellow coin. It's all old yeller once again, as Farmel calls it, old yeller. All right. There we go, folks. Is there anything else, hon, we got to touch on to that I forgot before we get going?
Well, I just want to remind people to hit that like button and share it out. And of course, if you're new, please subscribe to us. That will show that you are still subscribed if you are our subscriber. Super sticker, super chat, super sticker, super chat, super sticker, super chat, super sticker, super chat. What's the Yogi Bish TV? Thank you. Thank you. You are the one who is super awesome. Thank you so much for that super chat. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, you are spoiling us. Thank you.
And then some. Thank you so very much for that. Thank you so very much for that. And yes, Farmel, I see your comment. Yes, we're ready for your comment.
Now, the question is, are the bots causing the buffering? Most likely. If they are fiddling with the numbers, then definitely, especially if they are suppressing them, which looks like it is right now.
And tonight will most likely be tied into that a little bit. Like I say, organ grinder.
Definitely. So when they are suppressing the numbers, there is only so many people that can be in. If there are anybody over that, they throw people out of the chat, and that's why you get kicked out, or it's buffering when you're trying to get in.
That's right. Yep. But nonetheless, we got real people in here. I'm more than happy to talk to you folks, but yes, if you buffer out, just try to come back in, hit the F5 command, or if you're on Mac, you know what it is all about. We're not going away for a little bit, folks, but yes, it won't be too long tonight. But like I say, this is a topic I was going to jump into, and then I've seen it fade a bit, and I thought, okay, well, that's done and over with. That nightmare is over. And once again, somebody sends me a link. That's the one thing about what we do. We're in every niche. People are sending me, did you see this? Did you see that? Did you see this? A lot of it I don't want to see. Kind of disappointed I had to see this today. But nonetheless, I've seen it. I want to talk about it. I want you guys to know about it. I'm very happy with our thumbnail. I think this is one of my favorite ones I've ever made, to be perfectly honest. Truth be told. Yeah, so I think it's about time to get into it. I'm just moving a couple of things around, folks. Then we're going to get this chat on the road. We're going to get talking. It's great to have you all in here once again. Thank you for coming on short notice. You guys are always awesome in here. Love having you guys. So, where's the Fez hat? Well, I don't know. I was kind of stuck between hats, but I just think this really just kind of set the pace. So, Jurassic Park, all that stuff and everything else and all that. I'll get into all that in a minute. Some of you already get the code into it, some don't. Don't worry about that if you don't. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna have a little chat. We're gonna have a little rap here, if you would. So, it was coming back disabled because of security issues. That's why we never made an official statement onto a premiere held. That we tried to get them from them. There was loudmouths that went live and they were telling, it's because of this, because of that. That nobody had any backing to do so. YouTube hasn't given a definitive answer.
That's right. We did tweet at YouTube as well as some of you guys, and we were still waiting for their answer. They didn't affirmatively said that it has been forever taken away. They kept answering with general information. We assume that there are some plans going on, but we never know exactly until they confirm it, and that's why we never said it that it is going away forever. That's right.
Because you can't say something definitively. This is okay. This is going to tie in exactly what pisses me off about this whole thing. Okay, and I'm not picking on Premier Hill, by the way. Premier Hill has not got nothing to do with this whatsoever. Just for he brought that question.
We do our research super long and super hours before we even tell you something. We only tell you about the things that we know about, that we have done research, and not one lady at the corner told me kind of stuff, because that stuff is full. YouTube is full of that. Okay, we want to be rely on information that we give you. So unless we are sure about something, we're not going to be giving you that information.
That has plagued YouTube pretty much since I've been on here, and it's unbelievable. Like, how many times do you guys come in? A lot of us for a while now. How many do I still get people come in and say, I just heard that they're upping the hours to become monetized. If you have to renew it every year, you got to get the same amount. I mean, and this goes on and on and on and on, the same stuff over and over. And when you ask them when they heard it, I heard it in a live stream. Everything that everybody does on YouTube is guided by a fucking live stream. I hear it day after day after day after day. There's somebody going on time. And you know what? A lot of people listening to us and other ones, they listen to a lot of the big gurus and stuff like that. And they'll go on and say, I'm going to help you with your channel. You need tags. Oh, really? Okay. Why do I need tags? And then comes the classic moment. Wait for it. My favorite, I always love to hear. That's what you get for the next 15 minutes. The next that's your answer onto it. Well, that's helpful. That's informative. I can tell you all kinds of things. I can watch any one of your channels right now that are in a niche. I can repeat it like a parrot. I can pick up points along the way. But to know why is the huge answer. And I please implore everybody in here, whenever you hear something on here, for the love of God, challenge one thing and say, where did you hear it? Can I see it? And if they can't show you, don't listen to it. Or if they say they got it from somebody else, then go to the other person and then see if you can get it. Go find. You need to have something in your hands to prove it. There's so much that goes on. So many channels make these ridiculous changes, follow these ridiculous things, and it's because, I heard it in a live stream. Well, why did they tell you to do it? Then you get, that's their answer, because they're stuttering and spurting and farting because they have nothing to say. Because they don't have an answer. They didn't care why it happened. It was just an answer. That's all you needed. Well, Bob told me. Well, Jason told me. Well, Fred told me. Well, who the hell are they to tell you? Same with us. If we're not showing you something, don't take it. Don't take it. Challenge it. I don't want to come on. Xenia and I have been hit with some pretty juicy topics, and we've let them go. We don't have anything to back it up, anything to bring to the table. We're not going to come on. Same as with, a great example was with the button, the right click and that. Yeah, we could have done all kinds of things and said, oh my God, the app is the almighty. The app can do everything and that. We don't know. What if you're getting hacked 2 weeks later and you're shut down? What if there's all kinds of things that can go through a plugin. I'm not picking on anybody for using it, but that's why we didn't go ahead and say, yeah, use it. Here's a channel. Get the answer out before everybody else does. We're not doing that. Maybe we're shooting ourselves in the foot a couple times over it, but we're not going to do it. I don't feel right. She doesn't feel right, and it's not a practice we've ever done, and we're going to start. Yes, other people do what they do. If I can blow our own horn for a second, what I think we've kind of niched ourselves into more than anything on YouTube is when you hear stuff from other people or even from bigger YouTubers, we do our research and we're more accessible to get to. Not that we know more than the gurus, they know 10 times more than we do. But you can get an answer faster because we've gone and tried to check out and we won't answer unless you tell you. And that's called credibility. And credibility is worth its weight in gold. And some will shit on it and say, oh yeah, but this and that. I'm not willing to sacrifice it because you know what? We've gone through some pretty hard times on YouTube. Some people screwing with our channel, and if we had left our credibility go, we wouldn't have nothing. Because we've been challenged we've been told we've been fake. We've been told we've been faking the numbers. We've been told we don't know what we're talking about. We've been told that we're money hungry and all that stuff. But they can't prove it every time because you do it. Unless we start screwing up and then falling into it. Then you give them fuel for the fire. So it's not worth it. There's a short-sightedness that comes on YouTube, as my grandfather used to say, kind of led by the pecker, if you will, to do things and not think it through. You can't be doing that on here all the time. You can't make all your decisions. You don't do it in real life. Why would you be doing it? Long necker. Oh yeah, long necker's real credible. I tell you, that's a valuable source right there. That's a show for another night. But yeah, I mean, we have channels that have just built themselves over copying me and other people and stuff like that, and it's just a farce. You can see through it. It's as transparent as can be. No, newer channels don't get that. But newer channels do develop. Newer channels do grow. And then they finally sit there. And one day they blow their top and say, you're all full of shit. You've been lying to me the whole time. Bye-bye credibility. Bye. Because they can have enough voice by then to reach a bunch of smaller ones. And that's exactly what happens. So, you know, you might want to think about it before you do it. It's like your business. I've said it before. Oh, well, I sell carpet. I'm going to get it off in about 2 years, but in the meantime, I'll just sell stolen goods through here, and that will earn extra money, and once that gets going, then I'll go back to carpets like nothing happened. It don't work that way. It don't work that way. We can't vow for anybody. There's a reason why we don't do fundraisers and all that stuff. And I've had some channels, they try to throw back, they set us up, they send people in to say, oh my God, my dog died, oh my God, can you help me out? And we know right away they're baiting the hook because they want us to say no. And then they'll go on and say, oh, Pusa Studios doesn't care about anybody. You know, look what they did to you. You had a dog that died. You did not raise money for them. You did not raise money for them. I can't vouch that the dog is dead. I don't know. I don't live there. I can say anything in here right now. I can go to any live stream I want right now and start typing stuff in that. The flag fell off my royal castle. Oh, did I mention that I'm a prince? All I can do is take me at my word. It's not cold-hearted. It's the way it is. Now, Xenia and I have given to some people that we believe are in, have had something happen,
behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes. With the understanding is they're not to say that it came from.
And we also don't shout about it from the top of the mountains. We also don't make our own live streams with super chats still open while we are talking about anything even close remotely to it.
How many times I've gone on phone? I was raised Catholic in a small town. You don't think I've seen that happen every day? There was like that percentage of them drop a quarter to somebody and then, oh, did you see me? Did you see me get the quarter? Look, I just gave the quarter in their hand. I don't want to build my channel on that. Never had any interest into it. And that's not bullshit because we've been on over 2 years and never did it. We never needed it. So we did one fundraiser one time to show it could be done and we shut off all super chats, everything else in that. If it was to raise money for somebody else,
all self-promotional merchandise or super chats were shut off because of that, and because we weren't raising money for us, we weren't a third middle party. There was a link that was shared, and it was directly going to the person, and it was one and only reason, and one and only event, and the way to show how it can be done, so it doesn't end up being that you're supporting the live streamer and not the person it's actually being raised for.
Well, yeah. Why should we have the option to give us money if it's going to somebody else? I never got that. I guess I don't get it. That's like going to door saying, I'm raising money for the children. I have a can in my hand and my wallet open right beside it in case you accidentally drop the money in the wallet. I don't get it. I don't. I've always said, take anything you see in YouTube and translate it into real life and you'll see how ridiculous it is. The answer's right there. It's right there for the picking. You just got to think of it in those terms. It's unbelievable. But I digress because that's the main thing I want to get into tonight. I think I feel like I'm living in the moment. YouTube comes in phases. I feel like I'm living in the mode of infomercials. The mode of infomercials. Hence why tonight. It seems like somebody's sending me links every day or something like that about somebody telling everybody they should get off here and go to Dlive. I swear to God, I don't know how a couple of people can reach so many people onto it and they don't realize they're annoying someone. It's not all going over positive, but I'm gonna talk about all that. And yeah, I call it Dinosaur Live. That's my name for it. I feel like it's a place where they've lumbered over to. And you know what? On the face of it, it's a great thing, and I'm cheering them on. And I hope they're very happy with it because there's a couple others I wish would pack bags and go. So don't get me wrong on that. Best thing ever happened. But I'm hearing the people are asking a message. Why am I being told to go to Dlive? Why is Dlive? Why is it better than YouTube? I keep hearing about I'm supposed to go to Dlive. Dlive is great. Dlive is everything that YouTube isn't, and all that stuff. And the answer is, I don't know, because it's not a fucking bit better. It's a lot smaller. Now, this said, and I'm going to say it right off the bat, I've said it time and time again because we know a lot of it long before those ones we know about Dlive and many other ones. There's nothing wrong with exploring your horizons, okay? Yes, good riddance, exactly, Farmal, exactly, you nailed it. There's nothing wrong with spreading your wings and putting some feet in different plots. I can get behind all that. First off, it's coming on other people's streams where it's almost being like used as a platform to get other people to go over. If somebody doesn't know this by now, I don't know how. For the record, and you can look this up in community guidelines, it is a community strike to induce other people to go to another platform. Yes, you can say I have a Twitter account. That's fine. If you harp and harp and harp about it the whole time you're on, 3/4 of the time, halfway on, that's enough to do it. Enough to get you a community strike. And if that's one thing if you do it on your own channel. You don't give a shit about your own channel, that's your channel. But doing it on other people's, because people aren't being told that. I can see that as blind as clear as day. And then somebody's going to come back and say, well, yeah, but some of them did it and they never got taken down. As the old expression goes, it's not a law until it's enforced. This is not dreaming in Technicolor. This is not bending the words to it. This is not playing around because Andrew doesn't want people to go. It is straight out against community guidelines. And I don't blame them on that one. I would get the same thing too. I mean, I don't know what people are expecting. Would you want that? Would you want people sitting in your restaurant and somebody sits down for a half hour telling them how much their restaurant tastes better across the street? You can't really blame them onto it. I mean, Jesus Christ, seriously. You know, a little bit of reality sometimes can take things a long way. And once again, for the record, so this is not misconstrued, the ones doing it, goodbye, great stuff, love what you're doing, enjoy it, knock them dead over there, that's right. But it's people being told to go over, and it's like, why? Well, here's the thing. There's tons of platforms out. I don't know why Dlive all of a sudden gets such a hard on, because they're PewDiePie endorsed them, we got paid a lot of money for it. And rightfully so to him. I'd do the same thing. Good for him. Not losing sleep over it, and I don't blame him. You shouldn't have to. But it doesn't make it a mecca. I don't know how this ever got so stupid so fast. But I mean, I know how, but I don't know how it ran away with it. So I want to tell you guys something, and I want to tell you it's for the record. Was it a hard time for you starting off in YouTube? If it was hard for you getting started YouTube, which can count as now you're still getting started YouTube, let me know in the chat. Because if it was, and you're hitting a lot of boundaries, and guess what happens when you go to a new platform? It gets to be a hard time. What is this delusional thoughts that, YouTube doesn't appreciate our content, and YouTube doesn't like small guys, and they don't find me funny here, but they're going to find me funny there, and they're not going to find this and that. It's people. They're watching stuff. If a show craps out on ABC, what, on NBC it's going to be a fucking hit? I mean, seriously. All you're doing is a small channel. You basically said, well, I'm going to leave the networks and go to some sort of local community channel. NR98 or whatever it's called in Wichita, Kansas. It's not that it's bad to go. It's this point that people are being told to go. And the reason why is because they want to pack their own lunch and take you over there to get money. That's why they want you to go. What is going to change over there between one or the other for you? I mean, it's laughable. It's absolutely laughable. And I got a link the other day of two of them talking about it. It sounded like two, 8-year-olds talking about finding a new park. Oh, and then tell them about this, tell them about that. Oh my God, they did this. Oh my God, you got to tell them about this. You know what? Every point I've heard so far comes back to one fucking thing: money. Oh, we get more money over there. They don't take any money over there. What a surprise that all comes back to that. It sounds like it's being said to you. It's being told that it's for you. But no, it's packing a lunch to take over for that. And listen, if everybody in the chat got mad at me tonight and said, you know what, I'm with them, you're just trying to cut them out and we're not coming back. As much as I like you, there's millions and millions and millions and millions of people on YouTube. It's not going to sink our ship by any sense of the word. Anybody thinking that narrow-minded shouldn't even be on anything. Could you imagine that? I brought up before, imagine if you were like the director of Cheers And you were wondering why Jim didn't watch last night in Boston and why Elizabeth didn't watch in Spring, Colorado. I mean, what are you going to do? Call each one of them and check on them, make sure they watch? If you're thinking one person, of course you're not going to do any. I don't care if it's Dlive, I don't care if it's YouTube, I don't care if it's Mixer. Yes, because there's tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of names. Tons of names. And I have a gift for you guys at the end. I'm going to give you guys a link to a guy who did a video about it last year. And I actually had a conversation with this guy, Alan Chan, talking about what his experience was like and really got to the core of what goes on Dlive. And I'm going to give you a spoiler. I'm going to turn off the music. I don't even know if I should tell you guys this. It's no fucking better on Dlive than here. It's the same thing, and it's starting out the same way as YouTube did. Yeah, it's given away free, and actually it's even worse because they're already skimming off the top onto it towards the money side. A big amount? No. But nonetheless, it's still going. It's the same thing. And the same thing I heard the argument. Oh, well, I can pick my nose over there and do all this stuff. Oh, we're a couple and we fart on each other and they find it funny over there and give us money. It all falls under the same COPA lines. It doesn't change. COPA goes across the board. Now, maybe with everything going on, COPA won't be pushed as much for a little bit. But it's coming. So what, you invest 6 months into something to get knocked down? Once again, we know channels from here who have done quite well on TikTok and stuff like that. Sometimes you go there and you'll find a way that suits your medium better. But this bullshit that Dlive is any different than any other ones is unbelievable. And I have something I want to share with you guys. You guys have heard me talk about Linus Tech Tips over and over and over again. Big channel. He's 10.6 million. But this was back when he was maybe 4, 5 million. Don't quote me on it, but somewhere in that way. We'll say 4 to 6 million. Linus had made a deal with a live streaming service just like this one called Vessel. And it wasn't just Linus Tech Tips. There was channels like Linus Tech Tips, Craig was over there, Connor, Fronda, Shane Dawson, all these Good Mythical Morning, Epic Mealtime, etc. All went over there to Vessel. They didn't stop YouTube, they used it as an extension. They got offered lucrative deals for doing it, i.e. like PewDiePie, all kinds of great things. And they were on, and they were doing it. And then one day on Linus Tech Tips, a video came up where he got a letter. Vessel had been purchased by Verizon. Purchased on October 26th, and it was closed October 31st. If I'm not mistaken, they got it on the night of October 26th or October 27th. They got the notification. Now, this isn't one, there was lots of little channels got screwed into it, but there was especially a lot of big YouTubers got screwed in that deal because they got a letter and it was over and it was done and that was it. Why did they buy it? They bought it up to keep down competition, and Verizon needed a team to work on their online platform, so it was just easier than sourcing all the people to buy this one up and use it. That can even happen with YouTube. There is nothing to protect us. We're as bare, we're as exposed as humanly possible. There's nothing in the terms of service has you in mind whatsoever, any shape, any form. You, me, everybody. And imagine, you hear that argument, well, come on over here because they don't care about small YouTubers. Why? What's wrong with YouTube caring about big YouTubers? They don't. And they do that, screw them over a lot. And somebody's going to say, well, this one got that. Do you know how little they give them compared to the ones they give like the TV networks and all that? And I hate the TV networks on here. As a side note, that's the part that disgusts me the most. I can't stand they're on. Can't stand it. But we chose to be on YouTube, and we chose to run with it. We chose to do with what YouTube wants. We can walk away tomorrow. I don't feel like starting over on another platform from scratch. Okay? And I don't want to go over just so somebody else can get some more money. Because if I'm not brought over there by this pitch, basically it's like, get them over there so they know less people for them to give money to except for us. That's exactly what it is when in a job. Because there's no fucking benefit to it, because it's no better. Starting over is starting over. Simple as that. And there's all kinds of them. That's why I don't understand this hard-on talk for Dlive lately. Christ, we knew about it for a long time now. It's not something new.
It's also not the only platform out there. Oh my God, there's so many of them. Dlive is only as known only because of the PewDiePie, who is not even live streaming himself on the platform. It was just only used as a promotion. Yeah.
Platform with no viewers. Well, exactly. There's minuscule viewers on it. That doesn't mean somebody's not going to make it big over there. I mean, it's going to be somewhere. And what if it tanks in a year later? What if YouTube tanks? There's the whole point I'm trying to say is there's no difference. It's just a smaller scale of here. So you've basically been led over to go to a place with a smaller group. You know, exactly, Pixel P. And even if you went over tomorrow, all I'm saying is going over for the right reasons. I hope you get that what I'm saying tonight. That's why we said there's people that have gone into TikTok. We have our name covered and stuff, and some go over there and they say, you know what, TikTok is for me, YouTube isn't. And that makes more sense to me because TikTok's a completely different platform, a completely different medium. That's like going to Instagram or stuff like that. And I don't see any problem with wanting to go over. It's just being led over with all kinds of promises that and led over without. It's always this bullshit of one-sided. I swear to God, the stuff I'm seeing sounds like 10-year-olds getting a new bike or going to a new park. I mean, and it comes back to money. We get more of the money if it's over there. And they say like, oh, it's for you. No. We're also not. Some people want to pretend they're 10. Fine. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm 10 for fucking nobody. That's not going to happen. You know, wherever you go, you're going to have to work at what you do. And I'm sorry, and it's true. What's good is good. What sucks. What's going to get better is going to get better, and it's going to be the same wherever you go. And I'm so sick of this. There's not something wrong with me. There's something wrong with the world. Wow, they don't find me funny. It's the platform. No, not funny. There's your answer. Not funny. People don't find you funny. There's going to be human beings here and there and everywhere. Well, there's different human beings there. Well, there's different human beings on YouTube. There's different human beings on Twitch. There's different human beings on Mixer. And therefore. You know, it's unbelievable. And I heard it again last night. Somebody sent me a link. It went on last night. It was a fucking infomercial for it. It's against YouTube's guidelines. I'm telling you this for anybody who gets approached to have this done on their channel. I wouldn't advise it because you never know when the hammer is going to drop onto it. It is against it, and that's not me saying that to be pouty, and that's not Xenia saying it to be bitchy. It's saying it because it's in the goddamn guidelines. You know. We get the letters afterwards. Somebody says, well, somebody talked me into it and I didn't want to hurt their feelings and they were my friend. I let them do it. Don't let them do it. When you have a channel, you're like a bar owner. And when you open up that bar, everybody's like, oh, it's going to be so great. We're going to get the party all together, blah, 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 do what we want. Until they become a nuisance and start chasing off the other people or get the cops called. Then it's not so helpful. And you have to make hard decisions. If you want to do it and you're well aware of those sides and you know the risks and all that stuff, then do it. I just feel that too many people get one-sided answer to it. Oh, let me do it. It's going to be fine. No, YouTube loves when you do that. You know, any place would love for you to go up and talk for an hour about another product saying it's better. Yeah. They're all great with it. I talked to them this morning. They said, thumbs up. Know where you stand. And if you're not sure, ask. Look around. Don't do anything until you do know. Once you do know, then make an educated decision. That's all this is about tonight. In the end, I don't care what they tell everybody to go do. There's millions and millions of channels. I'm not going to sit there and worry about, well, Frank's going over there. My channel's done. Nope, not going to work like that. If you're not entertaining the masses, you're not getting the idea of being on a platform. That's as simple as that. That's as straightforward as it is. You got to understand what you're doing here, and it should never, ever be geared. Bobby, you had a video that did really great 2 weeks ago. Why didn't you do it anymore? Well, my friend James didn't think it was nice of me to do, so I didn't do it. Well, if you're going to do everything for James, enjoy having James watching you all the time and nobody else. You know? It's not made for that. You shouldn't be thinking about that. And you shouldn't be worried about what Pusa Studio thinks or anybody else in this channel. You should be worried about your audience and making sure your core is going where you're going to go. And if you do anything, making sure that you're not putting yourself in jeopardy. If you want to put yourself in jeopardy, knock yourself out. That's between you and YouTube. It's none of my business, none of their business, none of anybody's business in here. But just know that There is consequences to some of the things on here. And if you're not sure, ask, dig around, and please do not take anybody's word for it. Ask them, say, can you send me the link of where you found this, where you read this, where you seen this? And also, as a side note too, remember there is garbage on YouTube. If it's from tpackle/splash.com, well then maybe not take it too seriously as it's a form of news. Mostly anything with YouTube, folks, where do you go? You go to YouTube, you go to Google, you're going to get the answers in there. They're there for the having. Yes, it's a bit of reading sometimes. Yes, it is. We have some things on here that we've accumulated over time. Xavier's been very good at saving them. When people ask, we do send out the links as long as we have them. And if we don't know the answer, we're not going to tell you. We will give you advice onto it, and we will say with a gigantic asterisk, we do not know. We're not sure. I don't want to kill him. I would never kill my or compromise our integrity on that. I'm sorry. And that's why we have built our name. Whether they like us, whether they hate us, especially they hate us because they've tried to poke holes in it for a year and a half. And hence why we get bought it and numbers held down and all that stuff and everything. Because they couldn't. They tried everything under the sun. Drove themselves crazy, you know. Cover your butts, people. Exactly, Jules. That's all it is about. Don't let people talk you into doing stupid stuff on your channel that you don't feel comfortable doing. That's your decision, because we do get the channels that are taken down and the sad, long messages that go with them in that. And they're not faking it. I know their hearts are broke. And sometimes they get their channel back, sometimes they don't. Sometimes there's a strike, sometimes it's more than that. And some people choose to walk in that fire, and that's fine, because sometimes people don't get hit. But at least know that you can get hit before you do it. That's the biggest thing. Natural Arcia, how are you? Great. Welcome, everybody, by the way. We're not going to be on for too long, folks, but it's great to have you in here. If you haven't hit the like button yet, please do. That does help us out a lot, more than you know. The numbers, I can tell they're being squished right down tonight to everything there is, but that's okay. We're still on. We're still talking. We still got lots of great people in here, and more than happy than that to talk with you guys about it. So you guys have a ton plus more of integrity in my mind. Inspires trust and love. You know what? That's all we want, and I do appreciate it. Usually we bounce comments back off and all those things and stuff like that. But, you know, we got to...
I get my intel from residential press briefing. That's also might have to be double checked.
Oh. I hear you, Andrew. How are you, Andrew? I seen your comment. That's true. No, it's just frustrating. It's just frustrating to see, and it happens so many times in here, and so many people get caught in a bad bind, and it's just stupid. It's literally like infomercials with no aim except let's call it for what it is. Please come over, so we have you over there, less money. We've done too many things in here, too many drama things. We're over there now trying to like run out of Dodge, and now can you come with us and bring your checkbook with you? Because it's not, what to help a channel? Where does it help in a channel? Where are those channels all jumping on the top? If they're doing so well, why do they have to come back and tell people to go over? Why do they have to come back for money? Why do they have to come back for all this thing? It doesn't make a lick of sense. It doesn't. It's just, this is not picking. This is just looking at the facts and just breaking them down. There's no sense to it. It's hard to start over. I don't care how big you are on YouTube or anything like that. Even, you know, you still got to break into a new place. Yes, there's a few of, yes, if PewDiePie goes over, of course there's going to be a lot follow him over. Do you think because they came over with PewDiePie, they're going to stay and watch you? Do you even think they might stay and watch PewDiePie? A lot of them probably faded off pretty quickly. You know? Hey, fuck's sake, we're PewDiePie. How does PewDiePie's decisions affect me any? Seriously. That's for teenagers that fall into like heavy influencers. Whether PewDiePie is there or not doesn't change my life one iota. It's not going to help my channel one iota. It's going to have nothing to do with my channel. Absolutely zero. You know, it's just a small pond and trying to feel big into it. But a lot of times it still ends up with the same small fish scrambling around into it, nibbling off the bread, if you get what I mean. Haven't made a dime. I create and have fun. And that's fine. And on the side note too, it's okay to make money. Like it's got nothing to do with if you treat it like a business and you're genuinely doing something, making money and stuff like that, fine. It's this panhandling, handout, begging and guilting bullshit that goes on here, and that's coming up very, very, very soon. There's going to be a whole show dedicated to that, because that has just gotten once again so far out of hand. It's absolutely disgusting. I mean, guilting people. That's not what it is. You know what? This is not meant here to be a food bank. This is not meant to be a halfway house. If you need help, for the love of God, get as far away from YouTube as possible, because this is probably the worst place to ever come for help. It's not meant to be that. That's not the point of why it's all here. I don't want to be known as that. I certainly won't let our channel go down with that. I will leave long before. It's actually pitiful, and that is widespread, way bigger than this circle there we're talking, way bigger. I mean, I'm watching what's going on some channels. There's gonna be more of these coming up, folks, some more of this stuff like that. And I'm not on here, I don't want to change anybody. I'm not interested in changing people. If you want to listen to it, you want to listen to it. I've always said, at least the other side of the coin, you can make a decision for yourself. There's some of them that go around, don't go to the show, all that shit. I mean, we're not going to do that. That's once again focusing on the individual. That's like, well, this one gives decent super chats, so I'm going to go over and tell him not to go there. Oh, this one here, oh my God, he gave him $20. We got to get onto him. What's he doing there? We got to help him. That sanctimonious bullshit. Yeah, so, no, that's not going to happen. That I can guarantee you, so. There's tons and tons and tons and tons of people on YouTube, millions and millions and millions and millions. To me, you go chasing one person, you miss the opportunity with 30, 40, 50. It's as simple as that. It's simple as that. I don't care how much money they give. I don't care what they do. In the end, if they don't like what you're doing, or they're mad at you, or something like that, or they choose not to be there, forcing somebody's not going to help. And if somebody bends, by the way, just on that note on that one, remember what their morals are like. And when they bend once, they will bend again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and you will eventually get whacked in the face by that bend as it's going around. That's like bikers, we're brothers forever. Oh, we're not going to tell anybody. I'll go to jail forever for you and that. Yeah, till the cuffs come on and then they start squealing and sell out everybody they ever known. Same thing. They weren't doing well here. Ask me how I know. Yeah. You don't miss a beat. You don't miss a beat. They have squished down the numbers so bad tonight, and that I'm loving it. I'm loving it. That means making a difference. That's right. Dark Real Action. How are you? Welcome. Great to see you. Once again, folks, though, if you haven't hit the like button, though, please do. It really, really does help out a lot, more than you'll ever know. So. We have enough different shows for the week. There's some people that don't like what we do on Tech Talk Tuesday, but they like the wheel, they like all that stuff and everything. You're not going to be for everybody all the time. You can't dream that up. And if you're chasing people, you're wasting time. Honestly, you really are. Dorothy's Hobby Farm, how are you? Great to see you. Great to see you. I worry about who showed up today.
Bingo. Yeah. I love the conversation in the chat here, and again, it is not a personal upset thing or butthurt or whatever you want to call it.
No.
It would be the easiest thing just to not pay attention to it, because less people on YouTube, less competition, isn't it? Go with the wind.
Please go. Run, Timmy, run home, Timmy, run like the wind, Timmy, run to the light. There you go. Go for it. That's right. And take a couple under your arms with you if they're willing to go, and as long as they know the consequences and stuff like that, off you go. Bon voyage. Kill them. Make it big. Make a big difference. That's right. You're going to shine. There you go.
That's right. So wouldn't we want as many people as possible jump the ship and go to Dlive, so there's less people here competing, so to say?
I just think it's unfair when you sit there and tell them people you should go over without even telling them the consequences of not only doing it, but also talking about it on their own channel and stuff like that. I just think that's really low class. That's just my opinion. I wouldn't do it. Never did it, haven't done it, and don't plan to. If somebody asked me or something like that, yeah. But I wouldn't go on and on about that. Actually, I was asked about it tonight on another live stream. I touched on it. I wouldn't go into it all because that's not the place to talk about. You can mention something and move on. If you're constantly moving, and that falls for anything, not just Dlive, folks. If you're talking about Twitch and everything else and that, if you're multi-streaming, all those things, why would you expect YouTube to be okay with that? Honestly, look at it from their business point. Why would you be okay with that? That's right, Jules. Run, Forrest,
And
run.
there are different nuances of what you can and what you can do. There was a conversation in the chat as well about sharing links and, well, how is that not a spam and all of that. I'm going to be I already put some things in the chat already. If you caught that, if you didn't, we'll put the links in the description afterwards, after this live stream, so you can go and check it out for yourself. The difference about posting links or your social media, and to have dedicated videos, or the whole purpose of the links or videos to guide people off the platform, and that's what basically the difference is. And if you're somebody who's actually getting into the Creators Academy and all the community guidelines, you would know that. But I just assume that most of the people who do that either are not aware of it, or they are, and they just purposely, blatantly do that. Well, the right thing to do would be to tell people that that's the possible consequences you can have, and then, well, you can choose whatever you want to do with your channel. The same as we do here, we inform you, and you can choose whatever you wish for. But to hide it on purpose or not, well, not knowing the rules doesn't, free you from the responsibilities. And that's one thing that applies to YouTube too, in real life and on YouTube.
Oh, thank you so much, Morris W. Green. Thank you for the kind words. Do appreciate it. Dave Booth Angler, how are you? Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. Great to see you all in here. Welcome as well to Thrift Beast CQ from Toronto. Great to see you. Fellow Canadian, pleasure to have you in here. Tonight's not our usual stuff, I'll tell you that. But nonetheless, it's great to have you in here. You can check out our About section to get more about us, what we do in our shows and stuff like that. Hope you're well. We are doing well. Thank you so very much. Never mind what anyone else is doing. Just do the right thing. Exactly. And then people wonder why their channels aren't going anywhere, and that they're getting led by everybody saying, well, this is hot, we'll go here. Well, no, do this here. Oh, this is taking off today, do this. It's more what we're saying tonight is just think for yourselves. Don't get led by anything that's shiny. There's some of them, these ones are like, it's like dangling keys in front of them. They get like eye glitter, like, oh. Just think for yourself. What are you doing in your channel? Is it worth it? What am I doing is right? Is it gonna hinder it? Is it gonna help it? What's it gonna do?
Yeah, well, exactly that. And so you know what to do. Once again, it is check out whatever comes out there, and if there's something new, check it out. We always tell you about it. We talked yesterday about the new YouTube feature that's coming up. So if you were there yesterday, you probably heard it. If you weren't there, check it out. So we do mention some things, and we do, when there is a rumor, slight tone to it, we do tell you that it's a rumor. So you can check it out for yourself. Be aware of those things. The problem is when, Fox TV starts to advertise on NBC, and that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what happens, when this is going on, and it's unbelievable. There's whole full feature infomercials about getting you off of this platform, and I just want to know why. Like, why do you want to get all these people away from the platform that they have spent all, so much their effort and energy on?
One of my favorite ones that I did hearing that, and one of them was, and there's no drama over there. No, because you're finished with drama over there. Wait till you start it there. What, you don't think if you bring them over, you're not going to get drama? Wherever there's going to be money, there's going to be drama. If we don't get that by now, we never will. Lord God Almighty, you talk about the fuse, saying there's not enough fire around. Hot Sauce Junkie Tim, how are you? Great to see you. And thank you so much, Metro Drones, for the $10 super chat. Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Thank you so very much. Hope you're having a great night. Thank you once again. Thames World, great to see you as well. Hope you're doing great. I am not a magpie going for the gold. I'm a human and I use my words. Pixel Pia always knows how to put it well. You always know how to coin it. Very, very well said. Andrew Smile, I love you, brother. I'm smiling and I'm good about it. It's just, hearing all this craziness, And time and money. Hey there, the gambler after dark. How are you? Good to see you. You wonder what they are getting for it, and when they say those things, to me it sounds worse. It sounds more desperate than anything. Like we had two come in here the other night from that group and try and put that one was close to 1,000. I don't know, millipedes or whatever it is in there, and I just look and I'm like, I'm so glad I was just stay over there. You're good over there. Don't worry. Don't let us taint you. Bask in delight's gleam. To be perfectly honest.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not about people who went there to begin with. It's about people who are maybe questioning and wondering what they should be doing and then looking at these things and, well, maybe we should trust that. Well, maybe you should not trust any, neither us or them, and just question. And that's what it is about. Question and double check and triple check. It's not about trusting them, trusting us. Who are you going to be, relying on? It's about questioning things so you can rely on your own decisions and not being pulled one way or the other.
Exactly, because that's it, no matter broken. Exactly, it's good to go and all that stuff. Just that it's becoming like everywhere you go, people, literally, I can't believe how many people are just sending a link. Check this out. Did you see this going on? Multiple. It's just this thing about the infomercial, and I'm so sick after 2 years of hearing miscommunicated, and I'm sorry, but from these ones, we've been constantly cleaning up the wrong words told in Tech Talk Tuesday, because unlike that one, we actually showed our work, which was just go live, say something that you heard, and see if it sticks. Well, that's great advice to somebody. What if that ruins their channel? What if that brings it all down, crumbling around? And then to do it with Dlive. You're telling somebody to go and leave another program. And worse is, are they telling people that it's not right to do, talking about it on them, or are they just kind of hijacking what they do to get their voice across, not worrying about the person they're doing it on? I don't know. So it's just, this is all, the main thing out of tonight is just so you know why you shouldn't just jump into it, and if you do, now you know. And it's like, well, okay, now I understand the consequence of it. I feel good with the consequences. I'm willing to do it. Then fine. But like I say, it's hard on the other side when you get letters from people, and it's not about this, but other stuff way back when. We get letters lots of times from people who jumped into stuff without knowing, and that's really bad. And some people, because it's hard in YouTube, and I get that stuff, tend to be a little more trusting on if somebody says it, it must be true. And that's not always the case. You should never look at it that way, honestly, because it's a big letdown when things all come crumbling down. So, hey, Dezombified, how are you? Vibes, there you go.
Hey, Dezombified vibes. Thank you so much.
How are you doing? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Can I get a 10-second overview of what we are talking about? We're talking about people going on live here and going on like a couple of wound up children on sugar, saying that you should go over to Dlive because that's where they are and everything is going to be hunky-dory and everybody will be viewed lots and you get all the money and all that. And we're going to have that link for the video at the end, folks. I kid you not. I want you to watch it. This guy had a nice big talk with this gentleman right here, Alan Chan, and you're going to find out a lot of things. It's not that it's the worst place ever. Nobody's saying that. The point is it's being sold like it's some sort of Shangri-La where you're not going to have any problems getting YouTube. It's a fucking streaming platform. It's the same thing, smaller scale. And yeah, okay, smaller scale, somebody's going to say, well, you have more chance to shine. You also have more chance not to be noticed. And if content wasn't good here, it doesn't mean content's going to be good over there. It's not like it's a whole new breed of people who laugh at what other ones don't, or smile at what other ones don't, or cry over what other ones don't. It's people as people as people. And it was, I feel, and I truly believe that, after looking at it, and every point that came back of why you should go over there came back to the money over there, because they take less money. So why do they want them over there? For the super chats, without less people, with getting more of the percentage than they're losing on YouTube. I've heard it all, and it always led back to the same thing. Tell them about the money, tell them about the money, tell them about the money. That's exactly what it was. Pitiful. So, go, if honestly, when a bunch go over there, it makes YouTube easier. YouTube is so gigantic compared to any of the other streaming services. Oh, there's millions and millions of people. And it shouldn't be. As much as you love the people you entertain and that, if somebody doesn't like what you do or they choose to leave, they choose to leave. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just like a relationship. You can't go chasing every single person. Can I ask you a question? Why didn't you come last time? I noticed you haven't been there for that. You can't do that. We've had some people that followed us for a long, long time and now hate us, despise us. Well, what do you want? How many tears do you want me to shed? What, you want me to beg to come over? Why? If they hate and they're gone for a reason. Sitting there doing that, why? So they'll come back and be semi-bitter through there, turn 2 months later. It shouldn't even be a question on that. That's where YouTube should not become a social media. It is a cold answer. It is the truth about it. You're here to entertain. I want people here that get benefit out of what we do. I want people to join our memberships because they get benefit from what we do. I don't want people here out of pity. I don't want people here guilted into coming. I don't want people being, I don't want to be messaging people, yeah, I'm going to be on, you're going to make sure you're coming, you're going to make sure you're coming, you better be coming tonight, I'm going to be watching. I mean, seriously. Is that the way you want to run your show? If you're that caught up in a couple of people, you shouldn't be doing it. It's not meant for you. You're here to look at the big picture. That's what it's all about. You want to keep your audience happy, but it shouldn't be garnered by one or two or three. It should be the group of people that come to watch what you do. And that's going to be the same here or on Dlive or on Mixer or on anywhere you go. I don't know. I wouldn't do it. And it's not that I don't care. It's because to me, that's the exact opposite of what we should be doing here. You know, I never liked that social media reared its ugly head into YouTube. I think that did more damage to YouTube than anything else. Anything else. And I will not, and I forbid to, call it a social media because it's a creator's platform. It is supposed to be of a different caliber. Social media is like basically Boyd on display. And not the bottom of YouTube that we got going on here in this part. So not. That's not, I won't do it. I'll never have part into it. That's not what I came here to be. That's not what I'm about. That's not what I truly believe in the core fundamentals of what to do in here. And I won't do it. I mean, I would easily leave as much as I like being on here and much as I enjoy what I do. I don't want to go down that road. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. That's the simple answer to the whole thing. It's just not worth it, you know. Exactly. YouTube is a completely different network. Just because you can make friends here doesn't mean it's social. That's right, as long as they don't cross in and start governing what you're doing as a channel. And that's what happens a lot. Well, I got to go do this because he's doing it, and he'll be upset if I don't. And that. Then you're not looking after your channel, you're looking after your friend. If you can stay friends, and I mean, there's some that can stay friends even though they don't watch each other's stuff or don't like what each other's stuff is. But as soon as it starts dictating how you do things on here, then it's a problem. That's where it rears its ugly head. Like, you know, somebody will say, well, don't watch him because I don't like him. What if the channel is a good help to you? You know, what if you get benefit from it? So you're going to lose out on a losing experience. I don't know what. What if somebody says, well, I don't like him, so you can't talk to him, you can't have him in your chat. You're going to start banning them because of that. Now, if they've done something really bad, like that to me is like in real life, if somebody says we're not friends versus, well, that guy robbed my house. If I can see proof that somebody's done something really bad in here, I'll ban their ass before they ever even find out who I am. If they've done it bad there, I don't want them coming over here and doing it. Because I want to look after you guys. I want you guys to be happy. If I let all the riffraff in, you know where we stand. You guys are heading for the door, and then it's nothing but a bunch of riffraff. This is a nightmare compared to some other platforms. I agree, Suzek's in a way. I do believe that YouTube has poked its the social media had poked in here more than anywhere else, but the other ones are a lot smaller too, and sometimes it's just about them getting a bit bigger, and that's when all hell breaks loose. You know as well as I do, wherever there's going to be money involved now that the precedent has been set. That's the sad part. We're like a bear that's come into the campground. We've learned a new behavior. And once you learn a new behavior, it's hard to shake no matter where it goes, unfortunately. That is the sad part of it, though.
Well, all the latest guidelines actually applies to all across the internet. For example, COPPA, that was so shocking to everyone and still is, and it's not that we agree to, you know, we have talked about it during, don't have to recap all of that. We had at least 10 live streams dedicated just to that. But it applies to Instagram, it applies to Facebook, it applies to Twitter. If you do look into their community guidelines and the way they have changed the way they are servicing their customers, which are creators, you will see that it applies to them as well. Yes, there are certainly things that YouTube have been doing differently because they were maybe the first ones under fire. Also, they are the biggest ones that are under fire. So it affects us a little bit more differently. But all of these things that have been lately changes, those apply to everywhere, not just YouTube. So you jumping the ship and going to a different platform doesn't mean that you're going to get rid of that. No. Did you know, by the way, that on Instagram now they do require your age even if you are a pet? So if your pet is 2 years old, well, who cares? So, put a little joke there, but it's actually not far from the truth, and that's because of COPPA. So you got to do your research, no matter where you're jumping to. It doesn't mean that the grass is greener, across the fence.
Somebody might go over to Dlive and finds the best place they've ever been, and I wish anybody all the success that does. Straight out of the gate, said that tonight, and I still mean it. All it was about was going on and saying like something is a Shangri-La without even deciding to discuss the other shitty parts of it, like everywhere else there's shitty part. Being told you got to go over, and from the way talking, everything come back to money. Pretty much know the reasons why it is being said that way, So that's the part that bugs me about it. And I like what Willow Whimsy said. It all goes back to we are 10 or we are adults.
Exactly.
But the problem is sometimes on that one is that you get drug into stuff that you can't get out of by people that can't grow up. And that's something I find is a predominant thing on YouTube, is a lot of childish behavior. I feel a lot of people come here either to act out what they can't do in real life, or take out their bitterness and stuff like that, overachieving in goals that then leaves them bitter. And then you get sucked into a vortex you want no part of. That's the one thing. Sometimes it is hard to we've stay away from it, and sometimes we've had to deal with it, depending on what it is. But it's right. If everybody came in here and just acted as normal adults, this place would be a Shangri-La. And let's face it, it's like real life. You're going to get assholes wherever you go. There's no way to go around it. But if it was managed better and stronger, I've said it before, I know some people get upset about it. I've always believed that. I would gladly drop $2-3 grand to be on YouTube. That I would be protected from all that, and people had to register to be on here for free as viewers. I would love it. I would be happy. I know it's not for everybody. I would be so happy. I would love it. Thank you for being here for us. Oh, the Canadian Bumble. Thank you for being here for guys. Whatever compliment, how it goes. We throw it right back at you guys. This is not narcissist. That's what drives our haters crazy more than anything else. Because when you think of it, they all have that narcissist quality. They all want to feel like they're king. I'm the pillar. I'm a this, I'm a that. We've always, constantly threw it back because we can do anything we want. And if you guys aren't here, what's the point? It is such a team effort. And you guys spend way more time in the trenches with each other than we do. You guys are the ones that make us look good. That's not playing the opposite to be contrary. It's just facing facts, and that's what's so important. Why do bands always say, you guys are the ones that make us great, you're the greatest Cleveland, you're this? Because it's true. Take them away, they can do whatever they want, but nobody's there to see it. Did you sorry.
Rose Trucking is here.
Bad some stink and others don't. Hey, that's what it is. And it's homing and finding out where to fit in and what to do and adjusting with the audience and all that stuff. Everybody's in control of their own destiny. Everybody has control of their own destiny. That doesn't mean you're gonna get to be a gigantic YouTuber on here. Most of us won't. That's the truth of it. That's being realistic. But it's doing what you got to do. And some people choose to pack up and leave and never do do YouTube again. Some choose to pack up and go to another streaming venue. All those things, they're all fine answers. There's nothing wrong with any of them. I've said that before. If somebody's really fed up and really disgusted, better to go than to be bitter, or at least take a break first and regroup and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with doing that. It's just when it's done out of the sole purpose of just trying to take people with you to kind of fill up the coffers and promising some Shangri-La without even being remotely truthful about it, well, that's a different story in my opinion. This is for Andrew today. You have very valid points. Thank you for Thank you, sweetie.
Thank you so much, Lucky Beach Slots.
That is so, so kind of you. Thank you so much. And Willow Whimsy, cheers to grown-ups. I like that. Cheers to us grown-ups. Well done, well said. And let's keep getting more grown-ups in here. And let the other ones go. Cheer them on.
And thank you to Canadian Booba. Thank you for being here for us. Thank you for Super Chat.
So much. Hope you have a great. Thank you so very much. And Cardoso Media's in the house. How are you, Kenny? It's been a while. Hope you're doing great. Hope you're doing fantastic. I never said this much. Kenny is Cardoso Media is kind of like a bit of a jewel in our crown. Because we've known him for a long time and he still comes. And that doesn't mean we do everything right. But through all the botting, through all the attacks, through all the stuff, us having good days and us having bad days and us screwing things up and doing some of the things right and all this stuff, a channel like Cardoso Media is still with us. And that means a lot. That's why I say why it's so important to remember that you're not locked into something that's your creative, that your ego is just all blowing you off the fucking stage. To me, that's an amazing thing for that. The great channel. You know, we still have Farm, we still have these channels in here after all this time. That's a great feeling. It really is. It really, really is. And as well as new channels like Dlive and all. If you look around our chat, you see a pretty consistent form of people that come in here. And that's what we wanted. And yes, we could have more people in your right way. Yes, we're getting attacked by bots and all this stuff, bring it down. Yes, we could counteract that and go and open it up and open the floodgates, not ban anybody. Let them come in where they write 70, 56, 85 times, or they can guess the letters wrong and put it 80 times on the wheel and all this stuff. Of course. They could outweigh you guys in 20 minutes. If we leave the floodgates open, I guarantee you, they're going to come pouring in. And I guarantee you, you guys will be gone. And it's just not worth it. We don't want that kind of channel. Some do, and the power to them. That's not what we want on ours. We never did. It's just not our way of doing things. You know, Philip is another shining example of that. Philip has been with us before we even started doing live streams. Philip is still here. He doesn't come to everyone. He lurks in them sometimes. It doesn't matter. I'm not sitting there going to change my night because Philip came or went. The thing is, I appreciate that Philip still knows that he's welcome here and chooses to come in by times when he wants it. That means the world to us. If you go to another platform, you got to start all that from scratch. Just always remember that when somebody says, "Oh, I'm going to go over," what? You think everybody's just going to lift with you, go over there, and never come back again?
Well, that's what they are hoping for.
Exactly.
By doing the infomercials.
Yeah, exactly. You know, tell them it's some sort of Shangri-La. It's not that it's all bad. You might find something that really works for you. But don't go over thinking everything's going to be great. And don't go over just because somebody told you to. There's a good and a bad to everything. Just like everything else in life, there's a good and a bad to what we do on here as well. Like tonight, we lost, I don't know, 400 or 500 views. You can see at the beginning, people were coming in like crazy saying hi, and the thing's dropping 10. Does that make any mathematical sense? No. But what are we going to do? Well, guys, we're not going to go on. I'm going to go over to Dlive then. I don't think so. We put way too much into this channel, and we love this channel. And that's something that, whether you like us or hate us, actually, if you hate us, it drives you even more crazy, because that's why we never left, because of the passion we put into what we do. And they don't, I think for them, I think the word they would use would be nauseating. But that's why we're not gone. And we're not going to be gone. And I'm not going to go into all the theatrics and everything else. And we're just not going anywhere. It's not going to be like 7.5 hours of, oh my God, I'm not going anywhere. That's not going to happen. I'm not going anywhere. I like how humble, which is, I appreciate that it's not even humble. It's just facts. It's just simple facts. Somebody who said once in a while to me, like, you know, oh, you guys are pillars. I don't want to be a fucking pillar of the community. I don't want to be somebody's brother or sister. Oh my God, there's John. He's my cousin twice removed. I don't want any of that. I want to be a YouTuber. I don't want to be that. This YouTube is not a team sport. That's it. That's all. It's not a team sport. I don't care how you shake at anybody. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't mean you can't come together and hang out for a bit and learn something from each other, do a collab and all that stuff. But it's not walking hand in hand, tiptoeing through the daisies onto stuff. That's such a load of bullshit, and I don't know why it ever started on here on that. I don't want any of that. That doesn't interest me. You know what it is? We're not compensating for something in our life. That's exactly what it is. I don't need to come on here and have my ego flow. I want you guys, if you guys get something good out of it, you're going to tell other people that you got something good out of it. You're going to be able to tell other people that helps us as a channel. It doesn't mean we don't care. It doesn't mean we're cold. It's what you're supposed to come to YouTube to be on for, you know? That's the whole point of being on YouTube, in my opinion. I agree. Just like when the fear of COPA was around, I said I wasn't going anywhere then. I'm not going anywhere now. And exactly, you know? And that's what we did. Because some people were going around saying, oh, you don't have to listen to COPA. It's not going to happen. You do have to know about COPA, but that was the balance thing. And you know that. I've always said that. And the same here tonight. There's always money to be made on going far left, far right on anything. And it's the same on YouTube. You know, there's money to be made in saying, oh, never do that. And there's money to be said, in, go for it. That's just fast, stupid answers. Nothing is cut and dry like that. Nothing. COPA was like anything else. You should be aware of it. You should respect it, but not be afraid of it. That was the whole message through all of it. If you don't know nothing about it, if you're driving a car, could you imagine with a car but you don't have a license and you don't know if you're supposed to pass on a dotted line, if you're supposed to follow a stop sign, all these things. Imagine the fines you'd have in a week. It's the same thing on here. You should be aware of things that are going on. You should be knowledgeable about them, because the same on YouTube as in real life. Ignorance is no excuse for the law. But it doesn't mean you should be cowering in fear over it either. There's no need for it. There's no need for it. It is what it is. And yeah, Andrew Honda, I know a lot of people say COPA stinks, but unfortunately that's YouTube, and we can't change. That's why I don't gripe about these things all the time, and I don't get all bent out of shape. Yeah, there's moments I get off here, like we're yellow coined again tonight. You don't think we've been fed up lately with what's going on? But we're still on tonight. We chose to be on. I'm not letting it slow us down. I'm not going to let it control me. Or I might as well leave YouTube, because YouTube is not going to change for me. It doesn't care what I think. And guess what? Dlive doesn't care what you think. And some of the argument is, oh, well, you can talk to a guy over there and that. Well, this guy talked to a guy and got lots of great answers. Lots of great answers. Once again, I'm going to put the link in at the end of it. I should say. And talked to Alan Chan and got a lot of answers about it. Not good ones. Not overly bad. They're not corrupt. They're not going to eat live bunny rabbits. It's no Shangri-La. It's just basically like anything else. And they are skimming off the top already. And guess what? Here's a shocker. They're not making money right now on the top, even the little bit that they are making, they're not adding to. Because they're doing the same model as YouTube, and they're trying to go free for as long as they can to take enough people away from here and the other places, and then they're going to charge, just like anywhere else. What do you think, they're going to be free they're not going to take any cut of the money for the whole time they're on? Where the fuck are they supposed to make money? Where are they supposed to make money? Who is paying for this? I mean, what, is the server room made out of a gingerbread house? I mean, come on. That's basic business. Somebody's got to pay for something. Something just doesn't pop out of the ground and be there. Even if it's freeware, you get ads, you get all kinds of things like that. Somewhere, some place, somebody's either taking a loss to get their business off the ground, which only started with the .coms. That used to never be a thing in the past, ever. Or they're just buying time till they can get enough in, and then they're going to hit with it. That's the way it goes. That's just the way it is. That's just the way things are, And I just didn't like the way a lot of that is done. And yes, go. I mean, hey, who doesn't like, dad humor without the irony, pudding and diapers and couples farting on each other? I mean, hey, it sounds like a blast. Enjoy. Have a great time. And grab the couple that like it, because they're not going to come to my channel anyways. If they're enjoying that, they're most certainly going to hate me. And I'm fine with that, because we're not for everybody, and no channel is. That's that obsession with super chats. Like, he gave $20 last night. I seen it. Okay, he likes what he does. What do you want me to do? What is going to change? Gave him $20 because he likes what he does. What, he's going to come over, he's going to fall in love with me and give me 20? He could despise what I do. I could make him bring him to the point of vomit. I know, Andrew, can you see these comments? Yes. Yes, Farmel. I certainly can. I was
trying to wag the finger.
Yeah, I know. I thought I was going to get a knee squeeze on that one. Jeez. Oh, my God.
Remember that I have a keyboard right now. Okay? Just saying.
But on that note, I don't know, is there anything else you want to add, hon?
No, we're gonna be putting the link in the chat for the reference of what Andrew have been talking about, where there was a little interview with Alan Shannon, that is was a director of growth on Dlive, and his revelations about what is going on there.
Please watch it. Please, guys.
Watch it and check it out, and then you can make conclusions all by yourself. I will also include that link as well as some other informative links from the community guidelines down below in description, as always, afterwards as well. All this is, guys, is to make you think, maybe question something. Once again, don't go onto one side or another. That's not what it is about. It's to make you think and make you question things.
If something feels right and you're educated on all the reasons why to and why not to, and it's going to work for you, do it. Please do it. That's all it's about tonight. It's not. Don't let people just pull you to one side or the other. If they're going to tell you something, just get them to show them why, get them to show some proof, or go look it up yourself, or go find where you can. Just don't make decisions on the fly like that based on anything. And this is not just about this tonight. This has been happening. You guys come to a lot of tech talks now. You see a lot of the same things asked over and over and over, again. Totally off the top, but have you seen or heard anything about the applaud feature that a few creators... Yeah, Farmall is one that's got
Unfortunately, it is not available in Canada. Cardoso Media, at least for now. I hopefully that will be fixed soon, especially for you. It is a feature that it has been there for a while now and has been rolling out to more creators, but it's only limited to, I think, 6 countries right now, and Canada is excluded from that. Cardoso Media, unfortunately, for you, but hopefully they change it soon. Introvert struck, yes.
There you go. There you go. Learning new things all the time. That's an informative channel name, I gotta say.
Or mobile buses. Yes, that's right, Ralph. Okay,
it is
guys.
irritating. Yes, it is irritating. That's right.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to let you know, guys, if you can share it with somebody that you think might benefit from it, even if you just make them think a little bit, I do appreciate that.
I already have Suzex. No worries whatsoever. Like I said, we had left it alone. We had consciously made a decision not to say anything about it. And then somebody sent another link, and it's like, okay, well, we got to say something here because it's coming more and more and more. I feel like years ago when I lived at home and had like all the infomercials at night, like seriously. And guys, I don't need to know, as a side note, I don't need to know everything that's going on, by the way. I appreciate you guys saying it, but sometimes I think Xenia's like, oh God, I don't even know if I want him to see this again. So, but I do appreciate it. I know you guys do care. I know you guys want to know, but I appreciate when somebody doesn't just send me the link about it, but they actually say like, is this really the case, or asking a question about it. Just so, I don't want to just gossip. If you want to send me something like that because you want to know if it's right or wrong or if it's done, I really try to stay with my head in the sand as much as possible, because when I look around, I could vomit sometimes. So it's just easier to stay on track, I mean no harm. I'm a happy person.
That's great.
Like happy people. Love happy people. That's great. Not to worry, Pusa, you got me to entertain you. Yeah, please don't take that as a threat. I won't. Guys, thank you very much for listening tonight. Please, if you haven't hit the like button, please do. It really helps out a lot. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you. It was just a quick subject. We weren't on for very long tonight, but we'll see you guys very soon. Have a good one. Take care. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.